Welcome to Asset Television. I am Omike Matthew, and here are the headlines of the news we're bringing to you this hour. Nnpc officials failed to appear before Senate over missing funds. PDP BOT counters acting chairman over recall of national secretary. Hajj Commission pledges safe airlifts of pilgrims home. And now, the detail of the news. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited on Thursday failed to appear before the Senate Committee on Public Accounts, probing alleged financial discrepancies amounting to over 210 trillion naira in its audited report from 2017 to 2023. Despite being summoned, no officials or external auditors from NNPCL showed up. However, representatives from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, and Department of State Services were present. In response to NNPCL's absence, the committee issued a 10-day ultimatum demanding the company's top executives appear before the panel by July 10 or face constitutional sanctions. The Nigerian Senate has confirmed the chairman and board members of the Southwest, South-South, and North Central Development Commissions. This approval came after the chairmen of the relevant Senate committees presented their reports during Thursday's plenary session.
Having been satisfied with their credentials, qualification and experiences, competencies and performances at the screening exercise, the committee hereby recommends that the Senate do confirm the nomination of the underlisted person as chairman, managing director, and members of the Southwest Development Commission. 1. Senator Olubunmi Adebunmi as chairman, Dr. Charles Akinola as managing director. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I so move that the mentioned chairman nominee be considered for the position of chairman, managing director, and members of the Southwest Development Commission as nominated by Mr. President.
However, during the confirmation process, Tijani Laura, a nominee for the South-South Development Commission Board, was dropped due to his failure to submit the necessary documents required for screening.
The committee finds the nominee suitable and accordingly recommends that the Senate do confirm the nominees with the exception of Mr. Tijani Yahaya Kaura for appointment as chairman, managing director, and chief executive officer and members of the governing board of the South-South Development Commission in order to bring the membership of the commission to its full complement. Mr. Chairman, the committee made its findings and recommended as follows. Honorable Chibudam, Chairman, Rivers, was cleared and recommended for Senate confirmation. Osoro Ofiong Akpabio, Managing Director, Akwa Ibom, cleared and recommended for Senate confirmation.
Additionally, Minority Leader Bamaru raised concerns about the leadership composition of the North Central Development Commission, pointing out that it was incomplete.
The Senate do confirm the nominations of the unlisted persons as chairman and members of the governing council of the North Central Development Commission. 1. Barrister Cosmas T. Aki, chairman. Dr. Senyir Siri Yetsin, managing director. Dauda Shaibu Kibu, member. Zakari Haliru Jikantoro, member. Alhaji Suleiman Baba Ali, member. Reverend Bumi Olusona, member.
Despite these issues, the Senate proceeded to confirm all other nominees for positions across the three development commissions.
The Senate confirm the following persons as chairman, managing director, members, and executive directors of the Board of the North Central Development Commission. Those in favor of their confirmation, please say aye. Those against, say nay. The affirmation persons are therefore confirmed, as stated earlier, as chairman, managing director, members, and executive directors of the North Central Development Commission.
In a similar development, the Senate confirmed the appointments of Oludare Sunday and Kabir Kataka as the new managing director and executive director of the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation (NDIC). The confirmation took place during Thursday's plenary, following the presentation of a report by the Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions, chaired by Senator Adetokunbo Abiru.
The Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions, after robust engagement with the nominees and being satisfied with their experiences, performance and academic qualifications, hereby recommends as follows: that the Senate do confirm the combinations of the underlisted as Managing Director and Executive Director of NDIC.
Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Mr. Thompson Oludare Sunday for appointment as Managing Director of the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation? Those in favor, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Nomination of Mr. Thompson Oludare Sunday is hereby confirmed as the Managing Director of the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Dr. Kabir Sabu Katata for appointment as Executive Director of the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation? Those in favor, say aye. Those against, say nay. The nomination of Dr. Kabir Sabu Katata is hereby confirmed as Executive Director of the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation.
Following Thursday's confirmation, Oludare and Kataka are expected to immediately assume their roles at the NDIC, a key institution in safeguarding Nigeria's banking system and depositors' funds. President Bola Tinubu has ordered the commencement of a personnel audit and skill gap analysis across all cadres of federal civil servants. The president gave the directive in Abuja at the International Civil Service Conference, reaffirming his resolve to achieve efficiency and professional service delivery in the civil service. Tinubu further directed all ministries, departments, and agencies to prioritize data integrity as sovereignty in the national interest. He called for the capture, protection, and strategic publication of public sector data in line with the Nigerian Data Protection Act of 2023. The Board of Trustees and ex-officio forum of the People's Democratic Party have rejected recent actions taken by the party's acting national chairman, Umar Damagun, insisting that the 100th National Executive Committee meeting scheduled for June 30 must go ahead as planned. The BOT also reaffirmed the appointments of Sitonji Koshoedo as acting national secretary amid claims that Senator Samuel Anyanwu remains the substantive secretary. In separate statements, BOT chairman Senator Alphonsus Wabara and the chairman and secretary of the PDP National Ex-Official Forum, Fabuyede Clement and Comfort Yassin, respectively, described Damagun's effort to cancel the NEC meeting and reinstate Anyanwu as unconstitutional and contrary to the collective will of the party. The PDP has faced persistent internal crisis since losing power in 2015, including leadership tussles, defections, and unresolved Congress issues. The Joint Union Action Committee of the Federal Capital Territory Administration has declared a 3-day protest beginning Monday, June 30, 2025. The protest is a result of what it described as the blatant refusal of the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike to address long-standing issues affecting staff welfare. The president of JUAC Rifkatu Itsia, in a statement on Thursday, directed all members and affiliate unions across the FCTA to mobilize and gather at the minister's main gate in area 11 Garki by 7 o'clock in the morning each day of the protest. She listed grievances to include the non-promotion of staff since 2023, unresolved salary administration problems, and unpaid entitlements. The union also demanded structural changes within the administration, improved staff welfare, and an end to deductions they considered illegal. Asset Television News, we're going for a quick break. When we return, more stories will come your way. Please do stay tuned. Welcome back to Asset Television News, and now the continuation of the news. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has announced that the return leg of the 2025 Hajj airlift operations is expected to be completed by Tuesday, July 2, 2025, instead of the earlier projected date of June 28, 2025. In a statement by the Assistant Director of Information and Publication, Fatima Usara, on Thursday, the Commission said the extension was due to previous disruptions caused by the airspace congestion and flight cancellations, despite recent improvements. The Commission disclosed that of the total 41,668 Nigerian pilgrims airlifted to Saudi Arabia for this year's Hajj, over 27,316 have already been transported back to the country. The Commission assured Nigerians that it remains determined to facilitate the earliest possible return of all pilgrims. The Jigawa State Universal Basic Education Board has announced plans to mobilize 16,000 mothers to participate in school monitoring, aiming to strengthen school safety and improve learning outcomes. This was made known by the executive chairman of the board, Professor Haruna Musa, while fielding questions from newsmen during the training of 57 gender officers from across the 27 local government areas of the state held in Dutse, the state capital. According to Musa, the current administration under Governor Umar Namadi has introduced an innovation to form mothers groups to expand community participation in school monitoring and ownership for better results. The executive chairman stated that the board plans to have 5 mothers in each basic school who will be mentored and supported to take part in school monitoring. And to the world of sports now, former Super Falcons head coach Randy Woodrum has backed the team to win the title at the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. The 9-time champions are among the 12 teams that will compete for the title in Morocco next month. Woodrum was in charge when the Super Falcons finished 4th at the last edition of the competition, also hosted by Morocco. The Americans' former assistant Justin Madugu is currently in charge of the team. Madugu has selected 13 players from the squad Woodrum took to Morocco in 2022. He believes that Super Falcons have enough quality to win a 10th title at the WAFCON 2024 finals. Real Madrid beat RB Salzburg 3-0 to finish top of Group H and advance to the last 16 at the FIFA World Cup. Manager Xabi Alonso deployed a 5-man defense for the first time since replacing Carlo Ancelotti on the dugout. Wingbacks Trent Alexander-Arnold and Frank Garcia were given license to get forward, with Leroy Chouamani dropping in between central defenders Antonio Godiga and Dean Huijsen. Previous managers Ancelotti and Zinedine Zidane preferred a 4-3-3 structure, but Alonso's approach is reminiscent of Vicente de Bost's Champions League winning side of year 2000. Real looked at ease the new formation and claimed a comfortable win at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Vinicius Jr. opened the scoring with a drilled finish into the bottom corner after gliding away from 2 defenders. The Brazil's winger the Brazil wingers caught back heel pass set Federico Valverde on his way to double their lead on the stroke of halftime. And with that sports story, we've come to the end of this package of the news right here on Asset Television. Do well to follow us on our social media handle. And on behalf of the crew, I am Omike Matthew saying thanks for watching. See you soon.